Hi, this is David Weir, one of the PE lead officers for Glasgow representing PEPASS. This short video is going to take you through how to access and how to use PE Counts. PE Counts is a sharing network designed by PEPASS and supported by Glasgow Counts. It's a network to allow school staff to access videos and resources and material that help incorporate maths and numeracy into the PEPASS agenda. And the hope is that these two areas can then complement each other. The first step I'm going to take you through is how to access the site through Glow. The site is restricted to Glow members only, but it is open to all staff members who have a Glow address. So I'll take you through that process. Down the left-hand side of your Glow email page, you'll have an option to discover groups. If you click on discover groups, and you'll get this pop-up window. If you simply search for PE Counts, it should bring up the group, and when it does bring up the group, you'll have an option down here to request to join the group. You simply click on that request and it will come to myself or Johnny Rowan, one of the Active Schools coordinators who act as admin for the page. We'll accept that request and then that's it, you have access to the site. The next step then is to get onto the site. So if you open up a new tab and a web page, and in the web address you type the address that's going to come up below. It's bit.ly/PE Counts, and it's case sensitive, so please make sure the P, the E and the C are capitals, otherwise you might have some problems accessing the site. Once you've done that, this is the page and this is the site that you should have access to. Lots of these options give you lots of different ideas of how maths and numeracy can be incorporated into certain aspects of physical education, physical activity and school sport. In the next little clip, I'll take you through features of the site, but before I do that, I'm going to take you through how you can create a little bit of a shortcut to this page so you don't have to go through the web address process all the time. If you go to your Glow Launchpad and click on My Launchpad, lots of you will already know how to do this, but I'll just take you through it quickly anyway. There should be a tile to add. If you click on that and you click on Personal Tile, if you type in the title PE Counts, and then if you copy and paste the web address, or you simply retype the web address that we've previously used, case sensitive as well. If you click on Generate Thumbnail, you should, I'll just quickly cancel this, you should get an option that looks like this now on your Glow Launchpad. And that means that when you click on this tile, it should take you directly to the PE Counts page. Okay, now that you are on the site, you've got access to the site. It's fairly straightforward, so feel free to browse it in your own time and find out a little bit more about it. But I'm just going to take you through some of the features that might be worth pointing out straight away. Most of the pages, if not all of the pages, have text on them to try and give a bit of an explanation of what that activity or what that page actually means. So for example, this is a home page, and we've got a little bit of background as to where the site originated, how it originated, and also a statement which is pretty important, that it's not the objective of this resource to replace vital core teaching aspects within PE on its own and within maths and numeracy on its own. It's really just meant to show how maths and numeracy can complement PEPASS agenda and vice versa, so that you can work with both of them and you can incorporate activities at appropriate times and try and do perhaps some reinforcement of maths and numeracy concepts within physical education, physical activity and school sport. The tabs along the top, there's how to, which I'll take you through some of these things a little bit later on in the video, but the instructions are there for you to quickly find material, to upload your own examples, and to leave comments and so on. The bit that you'll probably want to access immediately are the games. So the tabs along the top, we have a maths and numeracy tab so that These games came specifically from the Active Schools workout pack that Johnny Rowan was instrumental in a number of years ago. Most schools have this resource. However, if you don't have the resource to hand and you don't recognise it, then all these games come from that pack. Along the top, we've also got certain concepts within PE, within physical activity or school sport. So if you're looking for something that would come under an aesthetics banner, you'll find it obviously under that tab. Same for invasion games and net games and so on. If you're a little bit unsure of what actually comes under the category of aesthetics, then by clicking on the tab itself, it will then bring up a page of examples of what this might mean. And then underneath that tab, you'll get games and activities specifically to some of these activities and some of these sports within aesthetics, for example. And the same would be for individual activities, the same would be for net games and so on. And the resource is ever growing, so we're hoping that we'll be adding things to it all the time. But let me take you to a specific example of a game. So if you wanted to click on, say for example, let's go for Roman numerals. Then every game, every activity has its own page, and on that page there will be an attached video to show you the game in action. And it's quite simply a watch and do kind of video. It's not too onerous or too much explanation involved in it. From the video that you see, hopefully you should get a good grasp of what the game and what the activity is all about. By clicking on the link, it should open up the video for you. And like I say, this just gives you a chance to watch the game in action, to watch the activity in action, so that you get a grasp of how it works. Underneath the video, there's also any relevant resources or relevant documents that might go with that game. And because this is specifically from the Active Schools workout pack, then there's already templates and already copies of sheets and resources and explanations and task cards and so on within that resource. But we have uploaded them to the site as well. So by clicking on any document that's underneath the video, you should get a link to a PDF of that document so that you can download it for yourself, you can print it off yourself. It will give you an explanation of how the game's set up, and it will give you any appendices that you might require in order to play the game, in order to set up the activity. You'll also get a little explanation of what you can expect from the activity. We've tried to keep this very short, but we've tried to include keywords so that you get things like the maths and numeracy concept that's most likely going to support. You'll also get any elements of PE, physical activity or school sport that it's going to support. And this feature is particularly useful when it comes to the search facility, which is up on the magnifying glass in the top right hand corner. So let's say, for example, if you click type in time, then it's going to bring up any activity that's available on the site that is relevant to time. So you'll not have to trawl through all the activities and all the games. You can go straight to the keyword, straight to the search that you're looking for. And let's say, for example, you wanted to take it from a PE perspective. Again, you've got a game and you've got an activity that would help you with balance, if that's what you searched for. Just want to take you back to Roman numerals. At the bottom of each page, there's an opportunity to leave comments. And this is hopefully a chance for staff members who have used that activity to first of all share their opinion on it, what it did for their learners, what it did perhaps for their teaching, but also to show and demonstrate perhaps how it was changed, how it was differentiated, how it was altered to perhaps meet the needs of younger classes, to perhaps meet the needs of specific needs of pupils. So plenty of options there to try and share our own comments and share our opinions and our knowledge and our understanding and everything relevant to the game, so that other members of staff who then go to use this game can also see what other people thought about it, and hopefully that will promote it a little bit more and prompt them and encourage them to use it. One more page that I wanted to draw your attention to is a Just Ideas page. These are ideas that have been shared perhaps from ourselves, but from other members of staff who have perhaps used them in their own school with their own classes, and they don't have recordings of them. We don't have recordings of them, so there's no video to show of it. However, they're very, very useful ideas, and it's very short explanations of how these games and how these activities can be used and how relevant they might be to maths and numeracy to help us support that through the PEPASS agenda. Like I said earlier on, please browse the site to find out more for yourself. If there are any questions that you have about the site, then you can always email the GLOW group, which again you'll be able to find on your GLOW email page. Once you're a member of the group, you'll have this option here, and by clicking on that, you can either send an email directly to myself or to the group to ask any questions that you might need specifically answered about the site. But it should be fairly straightforward. Hopefully it's of great use to you. I'm going to take you into another little element of the site where you can share your own material as well. So there's loads and loads and loads of really good practice going on out there in terms of incorporating maths and numeracy into the PEPASS agenda and vice versa. So we've provided some of these examples on the site, but the next part of the site is to try and encourage people to share what's going on in their own schools with their own classes. Like I said, loads and loads and loads of great examples, and this site is designed to share those examples. And here's how you can do it. By clicking on the group page down the left-hand side of your email page, it will then bring up the PE Counts group that you're now a member of. By clicking on the three dots in the top right-hand corner and then clicking on Site, it will take you to the GLOW SharePoint where all the materials shared. If you're having any problems accessing the site itself, then all the material that's been uploaded is stored here. And this is where you can download the material from. Everything that's contained on the site is within the blog content folder, which I've just clicked on. All these videos and all these PDFs are already on the site, but like I said, if you're looking for another place to access them, then you can get them here. However, the main purpose of this SharePoint is the place where people can share their good practice, so they can share with us and show us what they've been doing so that we can get it out there and we can advertise it on the site. In order to do that, you're looking for the Share With Us folder down the right hand side. When you're in the Share With Us folder, it should allow you to then upload something new from your own files. Now, on the PE Count site itself, where we talk about uploading your own examples, we've got some text there which talks about the importance of making sure that any pupils included on the site have the appropriate clearance. And I know that this is done just as good practice in all schools, usually at the beginning of the year. So you'll have a good idea of which pupils in your class shouldn't be easily identified through photographs or videos. Anything that you upload to the SharePoint that we can share, we'll assume that it's okay for us to share that on the site too. So please make sure that any pupils you have included in your videos do have the appropriate clearance before we use it. If you're looking for any more information on how to upload and share the videos, like I'm just taking you through, it's all on the site. But like I was saying earlier on, if you do have any questions, then feel free to get in touch with me directly through the Glow group. Myself and Johnny Rowan should be able to help you as much as possible. All right, hope everything's been of help to you, and hope you can use PE counts, and hope you can share your examples, and I hope it helps you in your teaching, and hope it helps our learners, and enjoy. Thanks very much for watching. Maybe see you soon.